Speaking of quarterbacks, we got the Jared Goff stuff you want to talk about.
We do. Jared Goff had something to say to us specifically. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild when you think about it. But Jared Goff had something to say to me and Easy. Let's hear it.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Hi, I'm Jared Goff. I'm here to talk about
the
custom health. No. Yeah, we got Jared Goff talking about us, seeing what he wants to say about us. It's cool to know that we struck a chord. But here's Jared Goff.
Just the human emotion of when you face a lot of criticism, when you've gone through, the arc that you've gone through from the Rams to coming here, dealing with all the different change, not lashing out, either with us or social media, you have a pretty big following. Is it hard to keep your mouth shut and not to lash out?
What would I lash out about?
Criticism of should Goff be
You get criticized. Tom Brady gets criticized. Everyone gets criticized. We all get criticized. It's part of this business, especially if you play quarterback, and especially if you're not winning games, you're going to see it. And it's not the first time, probably won't be the last. And I handle it just the same way as you handle success. It's good and bad, and you deal with it and move on.
So that was Jared Goff talking about the criticisms that he had seen in the early part of this season. I love it. I love that from him. Like, dude's got a smoking hot fiance, making millions of dollars, playing a game for a living. You think he cares what two fat idiots have to say about him? No, that's how you have to be.
Don't talk about Maz and them that way.
Yeah, sorry, Maz. No, to be an NFL quarterback, you obviously have to have thick skin because you get too much credit when things go right, and you get too much blame when things go wrong. That's the nature of the position, and he knows that. He's the guy's a pro. He's been in the league for a long time. He knows how it goes. So. That's what he had to say. He said, it's Tom Brady gets criticism.
Beyond that, I think as a man or even as a human being, not to go like Andrew Tate there, but to better yourself in every situation, you have to be aware of your problems. You have to hold yourself accountable. You can't correct something if you don't know what to correct. That's why
I'm handsome and ripped.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's perfect. That's why
I care too much.
When it comes the 7-step process, whatever it is for the drug addicts and stuff like that. The first one is
acceptance.
Yeah, admitting you have a problem.
Oh, is it? Was I right or were you right?
I don't know. No, yeah, it's admitting.
I'm pretty sure acceptance is
first.
One of them.
Well, that's it. Accepting that you have a problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so admitting you have a problem. You have to hold yourself accountable. So when he hears him being criticized, when he hears all the extra flack, like he said, through social media, on national media too, because everyone likes to call us the hater, but let's be realistic about it. National media have the same perspective because they have eyeballs. They don't have a Lions fan bias. But again, being a man about it, accepting it, being accountable about it, and then correcting it. And that's what we've seen this season.
Yes.
He said, what would I be mad about? I played shitty. We weren't winning games. What do you want people to say in that scenario? If you want me, if I were to go out there right now and I got in a street fight and I got my ass kicked, and I was like, tell him how I whooped that dude's ass, Benny. Tell him how I whooped his ass. He want none of this. I can't. You can't say that. And I know that's the case with Jared Goff, that it's not just media talk. It's genuine because we saw this exemplified in the Bills game. And the infamous DJ Chark wrong route from all the Goff truthers, which no, it was a bad ball. It was either a bad ball or just miscommunication on his part. But nonetheless, he screwed up. He came out after the game and told you, I screwed up. And following that, guess what happened the very next week, Spinny?
Yeah.
Same route, different ball, 41-yard gain. Again, the following week, again, same ball, different route, touchdown this time around on the left side of the field. If he hadn't held himself accountable, checked himself, I messed up here, maybe he doesn't correct that ball.
He'd be in a situation like Zach Wilson's in right now.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe he throws another shitty ball. But you have to do these things to learn and get and progress from them. I wasn't birthed on this stage. I had to learn. I had to mess up a bunch of times and learn what not to say, what not to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, again, hold yourself accountable throughout life. Whatever you want to be, hold yourself to that standard. And you're going to either get damn close to it or become it, and then you move on to the next goal. That's just the reality of the situation. And I respect that in him because you had the Zach Wilson situation. We had Aaron Rodgers at times too. I'm trying to think of another. Matt Patricia. The best example of it. Also the worst.
I'm the smartest defensive mind ever. I made the best play call in the history of defense.
Exactly. And then he's coming here and they're like, what's going on with you and this team? Did you see what I was given? Yeah, you were given a playoff team, but there was no ounce of accountability in that man's body at all. And that's why he's no longer a leader in an NFL position. Maybe a part-time coordinator alongside Joe Judge in New England.
Yeah.
And that's not really going that well either.
No, it's not.
Like, as a man, and especially as a leader of this team, I love to see out Jared Goff, and I'm telling you, he got some brownie points for me with that.
Yeah, it's that's what you got to do. You got to take accountability and go forward. And like we gave props to Jared Goff after his performance the past 2 weeks. Both Mondays we've come in and said, yeah, the guy's playing great. He had a fantastic game. He went out there and took care of business. That's what happens, and it is props off for him. It's good to see him accepting that. And like you said, the exact opposite of what we just saw out of Jared Goff is what the New York Jets were dealing with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, after their team scored 3 points against the Patriots, comes out there and says, it's not my fault. It's not my fault we lost the game. And guess what? Now he's on the bench. Nobody likes him on the team, and he's losing all confidence. So it's impressive. You like to see it. You like to see the guy go out there and, like you said, admit your flaws and attack them and try to be better. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
100%. I mean, he's not going to be a quarterback here, so I don't care. Lamar Jackson, getting criticized after a tough game that he had. And he went on Twitter and told that guy basically to suck a dick.
Yeah.
But you look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had a bad game. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's even more, I guess, commendable from Jared Goff is because, like you said, 2 fat idiots. We're not in the league, let alone in shape to be in the league, let alone, like, in shape to play, like, double-A ball, any of that stuff like that. So, like, to take bullshit from, like, that and to, like, stay clear of it and be like, well, I mean, that guy's right. That's hard to do because you're defensive in that moment, especially given the scenario. Well, you're fat. How you tell me what to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be so easy to say that. Like Lamar said, you never even stiff the jock strap. Suck a whatever he said, But, I mean, hey, Jared Goff got some brownie points for me. For all you golf gobblers out there, he also just told you, too, I was playing bad. What do you want people to say? So, like, there's your ounce of truth there, too, Mr. Top 5 all season. Top 5 last 6 games, yes. Top 5 all season. He kind of told you himself there, too. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, like you said, accountability, and you step forward. And especially in a professional sport where it is the ultimate team sport, so you can easily say, oh, you ran the wrong route, there wasn't great protection here, blah, 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 blah. But he knows, like he said, he's been in this league for a long time. He knows that he's been a quarterback his whole life. He knows that it's the most scrutinized position in football for sometimes fairly, sometimes not fairly reasons. They touch the ball every offensive play, so they're going to have a lot of say of what happens. But also, I feel like they get blamed a lot more for losses and praised a lot more for wins. 100%. Like the whole quarterback stat or quarterback win thing. It's debatable. Yeah. But he knows where it's at and how you have to hold yourself accountable for mistakes. As, like you said, as a guy who's the leader on the team, which is what they've all said throughout this whole year. Ben Johnson said it. Dan Campbell said it. The offensive line has said it, how he's stepped up and has become a leader on this team. You remember at the beginning of the year, we were talking about DJ Chark saying he can go to Jared Goff and ask him about different routes, and it's just like he's talking to Ben Johnson or Antoine Randall about it. So it's important for leaders on your team, for guys who are the quarterback getting paid the most money. You need to hold yourself accountable as well as the rest of your team. So you do like to see it, but